how should we respect someone if they don't use their biological pronouns? And are you or others on staff pretty aware of those conversations?
Okay, yeah, how do you respect someone if they don't use their biological pronouns? And are you or others on staff pretty aware of these conversations? So are we aware? Yes, it's all over culture. It's something that we talk about regularly. There are many of us on staff who have LGBTQ friends, family, neighbors, people who are trans that are going through these kinds of issues. So it's a normal kind of hot conversation. And Christians oftentimes take two different views on this. It's an interesting question because there's not like a passage in the Bible that you go to that says, now, if somebody wants to use pronouns that aren't theirs, here's how you handle it. There's other principles that are undergirding it. So one would be the principle of love. And that's the idea that, look, if somebody is going through trans issues and they're using pronouns that are different, they are obviously somebody who's in a lot of pain. They've had a lot of difficulty in their life. They're figuring out how to cope with it. One way to love them is just to use the words they want to have used for them, similar to how you would use the name that they would want to be named, that you use the pronouns that they would love to be used. And it's an act of service and grace to be loving them that way. The other view that some Christians take is they say, you know what, I'm somebody who could use the name, any name that somebody wanted, but whenever I'm using a pronoun that's not true, I'm actually reinforcing something that isn't true about that person, and I feel uncomfortable with lies and untruth, and it's just hard for me to use that kind of pronoun, so I either avoid the issue or only use that person's name, or sometimes I get it wrong with their pronouns. I have compassion for both views, actually. I can see the insight that there is and the wisdom that there is in both of those views that are there. And I think we need to treat human beings with respect, whether that's using the pronouns that they like or just trying to avoid the issue in such a way that helps them to not just put a stick in their eye all the time. I think that's part of the grace that we can extend. I think it's important for us to remember that as Christians, our goal is not to help people behave Christianly. Okay, I'm going to say that again. As Christians, our goal is not to help people behave Christianly. It's not our job to convict people of their sins. It's not our job to point out things that are wrong inside of people. It's our job to introduce people to a life-giving relationship with Jesus. Then it's the role of Jesus and the Holy Spirit to help them transform their behavior over time. But we begin with loving people where they're at, introducing them to Jesus, and allowing Jesus to create the transformational work that happens in their life over time.